Yes, I want to have a big thank you to Susie and Chris for choosing such a wonderful place, and we're all honoured we can be here to celebrate this wonderful occasion. And everybody who's been involved, preparing for the ceremony or actually in the ceremony, thank you all as well. And I want to have a special thank you to family who made the long travels to be here, especially Chris's parents over there. Hello! Susie's mother. We all thank you very much for coming. You know, family is very important, and it's great that you can all be here to enjoy this occasion. And I want to say a big thank you to the bridesmaids for taking care of Susan today. You all did a fantastic job, ladies. Yeah, you can raise a glass if you want to. So, you know, normally the groom says how happy he is that the bride is here. But I think I want to make a point. Of course, Chris is happy Susan's here, but I think we're all very happy Chris is here. Because last time Chris came to Tulum, he had a problem finding his passport, and he missed a few days of the trip. So I'm so glad he figured that out and he's here. Yeah. Oops! Yeah, oops! Oops! I've lost my place now. So, a little bit about Chris. You want to keep this short. We have lots of drinking to do. And I'll keep it clean. I have so much material on Chris. I've known him a very long time. Most of it's I just cannot repeat. A lot of it's pretty embarrassing, and I might bring some of that up. But I've had so many times when I've been with Chris. You know, a lot of you probably know him here. I hope everybody knows him here. He's got such a great outlook on life. Such so hard that I've actually tried. And it's like, it's been such a wonderful experience to be able to have that with you, Chris. Now the bad stuff. Yeah, I see. So, Chris and I have known each other 25 years. It's a pretty long year, 18. We're all over the world. You know, so I know all these little habits and how annoying he can be after a few fights. Just a warning to you out there. We'll see what happens later on. And sometimes, you know, over those years, I felt like I've been a father figure to him. I've seen him crawling on his knees, drinking from the bowl, and I've cleaned up after the mess as well. And less about his bachelor pie. Now, you'll be glad to know he was very well behaved in bachelor pie, but it was the other bachelor pies that we had. Rupert talked about that last night. Remember that video? Some person, adult, jumping on someone's bed? That was Chris. And you know, Chris has a huge appetite for enjoying life, full on. So we were out to the small hours, maybe the larger hours actually. The next day, we woke up at 9, we were all there, we went to the beach, we had food. We couldn't find Chris. Chris was in his room still. It wasn't until 4 o'clock that he finally surfaced. The sad thing about this trip was it was only a 3-day trip. He spent one of those days in bed. And then Rupert talked about when we went to Vegas and he smashed a bottle of vodka. We got that bottle of vodka replaced. We did drink that, and we did have a great evening. And I shared a room with him that night. And in the middle of the night, I remember being woken up by Chris feeling the bottom of my bed. I'm like, what are you doing, Chris? I'm looking for the exit. Chris, the toilet's over there. Chris turned around, he walked to the neighbouring door between the 2 bedrooms, he started pulling on the handle, and Chris, over there! Next thing he's in my bag looking for something, I don't know what it was. Do you remember what you were looking for?
No idea.
And we'd left an ironing board sitting in the room. Next thing I know, Chris turns around and runs, crashes into the ironing board, there's just tangled mess on the floor. So these are just a few examples of the fun and the antics that Chris has give us good memories. The great thing is he did find the toilet, and more impressively, he could go on his early flight home. Has anybody seen Chris's dancing skills?
Yeah, they were better than I thought.
Yeah. So maybe when Pitbull comes on tonight, when the heavy beat starts coming, you'll get to see what I only describe as somebody who's trying to crush an insect with his foot, and then banging something down with his hand. So yeah, just watch out for Chris later on and see what those moves he has.
You'll be great.
Talking about Chris's dancing, when Chris was my best man, that was 12 years ago, he gave his speech about me, and he said that I stopped the music once in a club. We used to frequent this club in Bath when we were at university. It was a converted underground toilet. So it was very small, dark, smelly, damp, and it had a perilously low ceiling. And they didn't have a cooling system apart from fans. The fans were just
This much. This is a good thing, because most of the times when Chris has been very devoted to something or highly preoccupied by somebody, I don't see him very often. Since Chris has met Susie, I've hardly seen him, and I think that's a really good thing, because he's told me on so many occasions how in love he is with Susie and how happy you've made him. So everybody, I want to thank you all again for being here and having such a great time. I'd like to toast, raise a glass to the happy couple, Susie and Chris.